Hi, this is Diana, and in today's video, we're going to tackle one of the various types of a queue, which is a priority queue. But first, a queue is a linear data structure in computer science that follows a first in, first out principle. Sometimes the elements of a queue are needed to be processed according to the priority, so that's when the priority queue comes into play. Priority queue is used when the objects are supposed to be processed based on the priority. So to better comprehend how these work, let us then go into our compiler for a demonstration. So this first code that I'm going to show you will show us how we can add values into our priority queue. So here, as you can see, I have already typed these lines, and these lines import all the classes and interfaces in our java.util and java.io packages. The next line is what defines the start of our new Java class, which is named priority queue demo. Next is a line that defines our main method, and which also serves as the entry point of our Java program. So inside, let's proceed on to our instantiation. So let's create an instance for our priority queue class, and let us specify which type of element we wanted it to hold. And in this case, let's say an integer. So let's enclose it with an angle bracket and name it as PQ. So we're gonna have to initialize this one as an empty priority queue. And after that, we're gonna make use of a for loop. This for loop would iterate 3 times with the loop variable I starting at 0, and then increment it by 1 after each iteration. So inside our for loop, we can now add values into a priority queue using the add method. So let's say we wanted to add the I value on our priority queue. Let's also add a value which is 1. And now let us display all the values that we've added using system out. This will display all the values we have for our EQ. So let's try to run our code. So here we have our output, which is 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, and 1. Now let us move on to our next code. This code will show us how we can remove an element into our queue, and also how we can use the ball method. So this code stores string elements. Now let us proceed on to adding elements to our EQ. So here we're gonna have geeks followed by 4, again geeks, and now we're gonna print this out as our initial priority here. And let's try now run this code and see what's the output. So here we have our initial priority queue for geeks. So the reason why 4 ang nauna is because in the priority queue, the one with the highest value among string elements is the one that came first alphabetically. So since naguna ang F sa G, so mo ang na-print ang 4 as una. And after that, let us see how we can use the remove method. So PQ that remove. So let's say we want to remove the element geeks here. So let's print the values of PQ after the geeks is removed. So here, let's try na run this again. So after kuha na to ang element nga geeks, put 4 geeks na lang nasa to ang Q. So gi-remove na to ang geeks. So the first occurrence sa geeks mooy gi-remove. So after ana, let's try also to incorporate the poll method. So in here, we'll have the poll method. PQ.poll. And let's try to see the output of this. So here, poll method removes the one with the highest value. So, ang mag-una. So, since forgo na, so mo ayahang remove. So, let us see our final priority queue. So, our final priority queue is geeks na lang ang nahabilin sa ato ang queues. So, proceed sa atong next code. And this code will show us how we can use the peek method. So, same as the previous code, we have this data, string data, and we'll print it out as our priority queue. So, here, 4 geeks. And now we'll show how we can use the peek method. So first, we're gonna declare a string element and we'll equal it to pq.peek. And after that, let's try to print it out. So here, let's try to run this code. So here we have the access element, which is 4. So the peek method is used to retrieve the element who has the highest value in our priority queue. Since the priority queue gives the highest value alphabetically, so the front is the word or the element 4. So here in our access element obtained by using the peek method, the 4 is being printed out. So here we have our last code. This priority queue's data source string element, same as the previous ones we have. So here, geeks for geeks, and the only difference is that in here we are using an iterator method. So here in this line, we are creating an iterator object called iterator. And this has been used to iterate through all the elements in our PQ, and it is used to access and traverse through all the elements in our priority queue. So here we have a while loop that continues as long as there are elements remaining to iterate through. So inside our while loop is a line that prints the next element in the queue retrieved using iterator.next, and followed by space. And as we try to run this code, this will give us an output which is 4 geeks. So as we can see, it effectively prints all the elements in the queue one by one on the same line. So that's it.